Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Chastity. We read a lot of books, we do a lot of things. It's kind of the whole shtick. It is officially 2026, which means it is a brand new year. And with it being a brand new year, I thought I might tackle the things that kind of come at you at the beginning of the year just a little bit differently. So I have a lot of cleaning to do. I have a lot of crochet projects that are waiting for me. I have some stuff that needs to go to storage. There's like a lot on my plate that I don't really have the time to sit down and physically read a book right now. So I thought the best thing that we could do is listen to audiobooks. This is in no way, shape, or form sponsored by Audible. Let me be very clear right now. This is just me. Audible is what I'm primarily going to be using because that's kind of where I get all of my books. But I have a few credits to burn through, and I thought, why not just use Audible to tackle all of the tasks that I have on my to-do list, as well as get books in. Start the year off right, reading a whole bunch of books, while also setting my life up to be a little less chaotic. The first book that we are officially starting with is The Witcher: The Last Wish, which is the prequel, kind of, before the regular books. It is kind of set up as a series of short stories that are all based on The Witcher that's supposed to kind of base the rest of the series. If you've seen this show, it is very similar. I did start it today. I have 3 hours and 27 minutes left. I listen to all of my books on 1.5 speed, so theoretically I should have like 6 out of the 10 hours left, but that's neither here nor there. Something that I did not realize about The Witcher, like specifically the like prologue situation, is a lot of them feel very much like the original fairy tales. One of my pharmacists has read this book and he loved it, and I was sitting there listening to it and I just looked up at him and I said, this is Beauty and the Beast. That's what this is based on. This is what this feels like. And then there was another one that was very Snow White coded, and I'm putting together all of these things. But if you are unfamiliar, The Witcher is a fantasy series. You're following Geralt of Rivia as he goes on adventures. He is a mutant who his whole kind of identity is to go kill monsters. Now, spoiler alert, some men are also monsters. But we're not going to get into that right now. I'm having a great time. I'm loving it. It's so hard to try to explain, but with that being said, it is time for dinner. I'm hungry. So we're going to go cook and clean up my kitchen a little bit while we do so. And I'm going to bring you guys along. This vlog is going to look a little bit different than normal because there's going to be a lot of me sitting and doing other things. We're listening. We're not actually reading. You know what I mean? I feel like I've rambled enough. Let's go cook dinner. I forgot.
We're going to take a little bit more chicken and then put a little more on that. And then you are shawarma that you say is better than steak. Give me the judge. All right, well, let's find out. So this one is the one the other. That one.
So I have about 3 hours left in my book. I didn't get far after cooking dinner and almost setting my stove on fire. I crushed my pinky, and I'm pretty sure I broke the nail underneath the dip, so I'm trying to take it off because I keep hitting it on things and it's very painful. So while my pinky soaks for a second time, I am going to go back to pulling things out of the office closet. Lord have mercy. Okay, so my camera died while I was filming, but that's neither here nor there. It's 10 o'clock at night. I have about an hour left of my audiobook. I have been engrossed in The Witcher: The Last Wish, which is the prequel to the rest of the series. Kind of sets everything up. And I will say, it's pretty spot on for the first season of The Witcher, the show. They stick to the storyline pretty closely. It's a little misaligned. The timeline is a little bit different than it is in the book. And I will say, in the show, him and the bard are reluctantly friends. In the book, he is very willing to say, he's my friend, he's my only friend. So there are some differences, but it is 10 o'clock. It is my bedtime. So I will be picking this up in the morning when I head off to work, but that also means that I will most definitely finish this while at work, and I will need a new book. I will say, I think for the remainder of the series, because I know that it gets really high fantasy and you kind of have to pay a little bit more attention, I think I'll be sitting down to read those physically. But for a start, I'm having a great time. I did not want to take my headphones off. I didn't want to stop reading. I got so much done today. Got the office cleaned up and reorganized, got some laundry done, made dinner, cleaned up the living room. I feel like we are on the right track. But with all of that, I will see you in the morning. So, I haven't updated you guys at all today. It's been a busy day. I woke up late and then ran to work. I did finish The Last Wish. Incredible. I loved it. I think I gave it 3.75 stars. I think. But we'll definitely be reading the rest of that series. But I think that's a sit down and focus on the book series. We will be reading that. I have to add that to my growing list of series that I'm in the middle of. And once I finish that one, I picked up We Are All Guilty Here by Karen Slaughter. So far, I really like it. It is about a cop who is investigating the disappearance of two teenage girls in her hometown, and one is like a surrogate daughter to her and the other is her best friend. She finds this secret life that these two girls are living. She just found the two girls and now has jumped 12 years into the future. I have 6 hours and 33 minutes left on this one. I am listening at 1.5 speed, like I said earlier. I'm sorry I didn't give you guys any updates today. It's been one thing after another. I had book club this afternoon, which you guys saw. We had wine and tortellini soup with bread balls, and it was incredible. We didn't do much talking about the book because a lot of us didn't care about the book. Does that make sense? It's 12:30 at night. It's my bedtime. I'm gonna go to bed. And I will pick this book back up in the morning. I'm wondering how many books I can finish this week. Good morning. I don't know how articulate I was last night because I was also half asleep. Oh no. Had to try to beat the sprinklers. I am going to reiterate. I finished The Last Wish and I started We Are All Guilty Here. I'm loving being able to listen to books. I can kind of switch between genres easily. I am actually getting books read. I'm thoroughly enjoying them. I don't mind listening to an audiobook. I can do other things and still focus on my book. Some of my friends they were very much like, I can't focus on an audiobook, like I don't retain it. I feel like I do a decent job at retaining it. I think I would be more immersed if I was actually sitting down to read the book, but I'm short on time this week. I don't have anything going on today. I might see if I can't get a nail appointment. And then it comes down to, do I want to crochet or work on my wooden puzzle? I'm hoping to finish this book today and start a new one. I'm sorry that I can't update you guys more regularly during the day. I am in an office that I cannot film or take photos in. That is a big no-no. So if I don't leave the building for lunch, you guys don't get an update till the end of the day when I get home. But this is my only update today. I am 50-ish% through. We Are All Guilty Here. Thoroughly enjoying it. It was a recommendation for me for a mystery thriller. Hopefully I will have a more concise thought later this afternoon. Okay, so I have 4 hours left in my audiobook. I've been listening to it all morning, but because I've been working, I keep having to pause. Not the point. This book is full of twists and turns, and it is creepy and thrilling and thought-provoking, and there's a lot of things happening that I was sitting in the back office just gasping at my phone, scaring the technicians around me. Not the point. But I do really enjoy it. It's working its way up to like a 4-ish star read. It was recommended to me as a 5, so we'll just see how it goes. But that is my update for We Are All Guilty Here. As of right now, I feel like I don't have much to add until I finish the book. But I did make a nail appointment, so we'll get my pinky fixed today. And I'm thinking blue. I'm thinking blue. We Are All Guilty Here by Karen Slaughter, and holy mess, that book. I gave it 5 stars. I literally just finished it, sitting on the couch, gasping. The twists and turns that this book takes. I was texting the person who recommended it to me like, oh my god, this can't be happening. I never saw this coming. I can't believe this. So, Reagan, thank you for the recommendation. I loved her. But I don't know how well I articulated it. But I do want to give anybody who's going to read this book a little bit of a heads up. I think that you should most definitely look at any kind of trigger warnings that this book has, because it talks about some really dark themes. So if you're uncomfortable with conversations around assault, involving minors, kidnapping, murder, things like that. It is a mystery thriller. It gets into some really deep, like, hurt and grief that was walked through really well, in my opinion. I thought the way that they handled grief specifically was very, like, real and very true to my own, like, experience with grief. I was like, I know exactly what that feels like. There was a couple times I was sitting in my car listening to this book, and it just threw me 15-ish years into the past, sitting in my car talking to the police about the death of a family member. I was like, oh, I'm unwell. It is heart-wrenching. It is devastatingly beautiful. There was so much to this book. I don't even know how to describe it. I feel like I'm not doing it justice. I think you should read it. I absolutely loved it. It is a darker, like, mystery thriller, but chef's kiss, 10 out of 10. I think they did an incredible job with such deep and very emotionally charged topics. The adults in this book sucked, by the way. Just, but it really gives you kind of a look into small town southern families and towns and how they kind of view people. All that to say, chef's kiss. It is Wednesday and I've already finished 2 books. Oh my God, I haven't done that in so long. But I'm loving this. I'm finding books that I am just so excited to gobble up. I come home and I'm still listening to them and I'm getting other things done. Like yesterday I had a little bit of a relaxing day after book club and was listening to my book while I played House Flipper. I cleaned up the apartment. I've done a bunch of laundry. I'm having a great time. Tonight I went and got my nails done. They look so good. This is the first time I've done chrome, so very excited. I don't know. You probably can't see them. You'll get a close-up eventually. But tomorrow we're going to start a new audiobook first thing in the morning while I'm getting ready. And I think I've decided to go with Shadow of the Fox, which is a YA that I got in my Owl Crate subscription years ago. I don't know anything about this book other than there is a fox shapeshifter and an assassin and there's demons and shadows and all kinds of fantasy stuff. I'm very much in a fantasy space right now and I'm loving it. So I can't wait to start this one. I think when I looked, it's about 14 hours listening time. But again, I listen to everything at 1.5 speed. So I'm looking at closer to 10-ish, I think. So we'll download this guy in the morning. And I can't wait to get started. Okay, quick update from last night. Because I know last night before I went to bed, I was like, I'm going to start The Shadow of the Fox. And you know what? I did. I made it about 2 chapters in. And the thing about audiobooks that I think most people don't really think about, it doesn't cross their mind until they're doing it, is sometimes you don't like the narrator. Sometimes the voice of the reader kind of takes you out of what's going on because it just doesn't hit right. And that's kind of where I was. I listened to the first 2 chapters and the whole time all I could think about was how I did not like the voice of the first narrator. And then in chapter 2 it switches to a different narrator and I was like, nope, hate this. So I am going to put that one back on my TBR. I do plan on reading it. From my understanding when I got started, it's based in Japanese culture. And there was a demon that's bringing on the end of the world, that kind of thing. So it sounds interesting. Will still read. Am excited about it in the future. Not going to be a today read. So I text my friend who only listens to audiobooks. She doesn't read, she does not sit down and turn pages. She only listens to books. And I said, I need a new one. And she is the one who recommended We Are All Guilty Here that I loved. She gave me a few recommendations. One of which is Alchemized, but that is going to be a dedicated video because that is a chunk of a book. And I also feel as though I wasted one of my credits because I'm not going to listen to Shadow of the Fox. And so I was like, I only have 2 credits left. I kind of have to be strategic here. So we love her. We love her brain. She suggested the Shatter Me series. So I think I'm going to start Shatter Me in the Shatter Me series. YA, dystopian, that's all I know. And I love going into a book not knowing anything. So I will update you guys maybe on my lunch break and tell you kind of where I am in the book. Okay, vibe with me. You're sitting on my steering wheel. Because it's my lunch. I have 4.5 hours left of my audiobook. I don't know how I feel. There's a couple of things. One, I am having a good time. This book is written almost poetically. Everything feels like a spoken word. The cadence of the narrator and the way that they're giving information and the way the main character thinks. And I there's these little scratch marks in the audio that make me think that if I were sitting to read it, the thing that was previously said is marked out almost like a journal, because it talks about how she writes everything down all the time. I will say I was doing something and with my audiobook in and somebody was talking to me, so I lost focus on the book for all of like a minute, and I was so lost because the whole setting changed and I was like, wait, where are we? Ooh. But we're following this young woman, Julia. She is imprisoned in this insane asylum, and she's kind of like starting to lose it a little bit. But apparently, if somebody touches her, they are in like excruciating pain and they like die. And she gets a cellmate, Adam. She hasn't spoken to anybody in almost a year, 264 days. She has not seen another human being. She has not had any kind of like physical touch. She hasn't spoken. And then Adam rolls in and is kind of a douche. He's like kind of hateful. Rolls in, takes her bed and her blanket, and she sleeps on the floor. And then she's kind of giving him the rundown of how this asylum works. And then next thing you know, they're both out of prison. So I missed something in the middle somewhere, but I am having a good time and I can foresee myself enjoying the rest of the series. Now, I have to go back to work. So I'm hopeful that I can get maybe another 2 hours listened to. That's the hope. I am enjoying the book. I like the story so far. It's very interesting. And again, the prose, like the way that it is being read to me, feels almost like a spoken word. It's very like almost lyrical. So far, big ups. Guys, I'm tired. My brain, mush. Ugh. I'm about to go back in from lunch. Let me be very clear. I have not listened to a single sentence of the book today. Work has been very kind of all over the place for me today. And I've had to literally like turn everything off and like just focus on one thing kind of all morning. I went and got tropical smoothie. And now I'm going to go back in and keep focusing on the same problem. I'm not going to lie. I was hoping that this week would be one of our like off weeks where work was a little easy and we could listen to our audiobook and chit chat and just work on production. And that's not what this week is. It's not what this week is at all. With that being said, hopefully I can finish the book tonight after dinner, because I have dinner plans after work. And so I can finish all 3 books this week. That would be incredible for my brain. And I can work on the 3D puzzle that I got for Christmas. She's fun. I need to go get batteries for her. But I have to go back inside. Go back to work. Okay. Love you. Bye. This week was super fun and challenging in itself. But first of all, Shatter Me. I made it to chapter 23. I had about 3 hours, 16 minutes left in the audiobook. I was not able to finish it. I was not able to complete the book, but I am going to finish it. Kind of excited. I like this concept. I like the storyline. I like the prose. It's very poetic, very like lyrical. I just like the way that it's written. I'm having a great time. Yesterday was a very chaotic day at work. I didn't get to listen to much other than music because then I could tune it out. There's a lot going on yesterday. And then I had dinner with some work friends, and then I came home and the boy was off of work early, so I spent time with him. It's one of those things where too many things kind of happened that I needed to be present for. I couldn't be like half in, half out. But I got a lot done this week listening to my books, and I also consumed 2.5 books. So I feel pretty proud of myself. All that to say, this was definitely something that I'm willing to do again in the future. Listening to audiobooks has helped me, especially in the last year or so, consume books, hit my like reading goal, get to keep up with my friends and my book club, because sometimes I don't have time to sit down and read the book. Sometimes I have to listen to it in the car or on drives. Audiobooks is how me and my boyfriend are getting through Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, and it is a bonding experience for us in the car on long trips. It's just one of those things that it helps bring literature to life, bring people together in a shared experience. It frees up your hands to do other things. I'm enjoying it thoroughly, and so I'm going to continue to use audiobooks as a way to consume literature, but I think this was a good run for the week. That being said, I did finish 2 books, The Witcher, The Last Wish, and We Are All Guilty Here, both incredible books. I will say one of the downsides of audiobooks is I don't know how much of it I really retained because I was doing other things and I was focusing on other things while I was reading it. I can give you like overarching plot line, but minute details might be a little bit more hazy. If you want to see me literally just listen to audiobooks while I crochet or clean my house or cook dinner, go ahead and like this video. If you want to see more videos of me and what I think about books, you can go ahead and subscribe. There's a little bell icon. If you hit that, you'll be notified every time that I post, which is Saturdays. And if you have an idea or you want to see me read something specific, go ahead and leave a comment. But I love you guys, and I'll see you in the acknowledgements. Bye!